So welcome back to DC's Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Adventure Comics number 353, published in February 1967, with story by Jim Shooter and art by Kurt Swan. In the previous issue, or the previous part one, Theroch the villain had come up with a plan. They were 5 Legionnaires, and the Fatal Five had teamed up to stop the Sun Eater, which was a galaxy-destroying entity. And Theroch used his high intellect to come up with a plan to separate the Sun Eater into pieces and then destroy each piece. And so the first up is the Persuader. It works, just as Theroch said. The beefed up power of my atomic axe is enough to slice through the cloudy energies. I can successfully divide it into smaller but identical masses. Now it's up to the others to destroy them. So next up is Validus, who is using his rage and lightning power to attack the Sun Eater, but with uncontrollable fury, the gargantuan figure wades into the mass, countering energy with energy, force with force, destroying bit by bit the vaporous plasma, only to stagger out minutes later, exhausted, charred, overwhelmed by the limitless force of the Sun Eater. Theroch says, Validus, the mightiest of all of us, defeated. That leaves little hope. Even he could only reduce the monster's strength slightly. His atomic space platform is now returning him here. So Superboy does his part, but unfortunately, rather than his heat vision separating it, it only absorbed it, feeding it, and now it's using anti-energy and antimatter to cause him pain. By whirling at super speed, I can dissipate some of its energy into space. If I could only keep this up, but it's still searing me. My super costume is smoldering. It has eaten thousands of red suns. It's somehow sensed that I have no powers under a red sun. Now it's blasting me with red sun rays. Oh, so Superboy is defeated, and that's not looking good. Cosmic Boy uses his powers. With Superboy out of action, our chances are virtually nil, but nobody will be able to say I didn't give it a good try. Plasma or burning ions and some energies. The main constituents of the Sun Eater are electrically charged, so I can use my magnetic power to pull it apart. And he tries, but it is just too much for him. It's no use. It's hurling tons of white-hot plasma at me. I must erect a magnetic shield fast. The next up is the Emerald Empress with her incredibly powerful emerald eye. But unfortunately, it is not enough to stop the Sun Eater. The eye overtaxed it. It has barely enough power to keep me alive in space. I'm doomed. It is reaching out, but it loses interest in Emerald Empress, given that she is no longer a threat. The Princess Projectra, whose powers are a little different than what I thought. My illusions of Kalasars, which devour energy, have no effect. It must sense only heat and light. So I'm not sure if she's just trying to trick it or if her illusions actually can devour energy. I'm a little confused by her powers. But she, too, is no match. It's working too slowly. The monster will reach me before I can stop it. I can already feel the heat. I'll be incinerated. But Validus appears suddenly to save her. It's Validus. He's attacking the Sun Eater, even though he's wounded from his battle. He left the ship to save me. He's not really evil. He doesn't deliberately do wrong. He's kind of just a mindless force. Well, he does talk, so not mindless. I'll take you back, Validus. Theroch's machines will heal your wounds. And the next up is Mano, who's, so far the Persuader is the only one who seems to be successful. So I'll annihilate the monster piece by piece, even it can't survive my hand. This will prove my superiority. But the Sun Eater starts coming at him in all directions. Oh no, the creature has somehow sensed my weakness. I have only one hand to strike with, and it has created hundreds of limbs. I can't stop them all. They're going to strike me. So he is also taken out. And next up is Pharaoh Lad. All the others were defeated. Only Sunboy and I remain, and he's strained his power too much already to battle his segment. It's all up to me. So he leaps right into the Sun Eater. My body is white hot. Only my willpower is keeping me from melting. I don't think it works like that. Now, I don't know if he's literally iron. Iron is the fifth strongest metal that exists. However, willpower or no, he would, I would assume, melt under the power of the Sun Eater. Great Jupiter, the core of it. The life force which directs this massive energy. If I could smash it, I can destroy the Sun Eater, but he's blasted away and has failed. I couldn't even weaken it as the others did. I had the best crack at it, and I flopped. The Sun Eater is reforming segments. I'll activate the homing device on the space platforms to bring the others back. So the plan is a failure, but Tharok has another plan. I used my half-human, half-robot brain to analyze the degree each of you weakened it, then used my computations to build this absorption bomb. If we can get it to the Sun Eater's core, the bomb can absorb all its powers. So Persuader says, then why waste time talking? Launch the bomb. I had no time to make a propulsion system or a timing device, so I have Superboy throw it. Someone must carry the bomb into it and die to save the galaxy. So Superboy volunteers, but Pharaoh Lad punches him. And because he's already weakened, Superboy is not able to resist, and he flies out. Pharaoh Lad disappeared into it. There it is. I mustn't be thrown back this time. I'll set off the bomb now. Then the blackness of space is torn asunder as the absorption bomb sends its awesome force crackling through the cloudy mass. Next, the second phase takes place. The scattered energies are absorbed by the devastating blast. And finally, with the same terrifying suddenness with which it began, it's over. He did it. He saved the galaxy, but at what cost? He gave his life willingly, as any legionnaire would. Way to diminish his sacrifice. His legion career was a brief one, but his courage will never be forgotten. You outlaws will receive your pardons by UP messenger soon. You can live decent, normal lives with no fear of the law. And then she, for whatever reason, or I guess Tharok, just says, the hell with you. And they attack the Legion. And I would say that they are far stronger than the Legion. You're still too weak from the battle with it. The Empress will put you in fetters. See, Legionnaires, how my emerald eye holds you helpless. It's bound me with kryptonite chains. And then Tharok, who has mind control over Validus because of something he did earlier, orders Validus to destroy them. But Princess Projecta said, Validus, you risked your life to save mine. Can you kill me now to fight off Tharok's evil influence? Try, you can do it. Validus, destroy them. You have no choice. But Validus decides to not. You're evil. I will destroy you first. And then suddenly, all the Fatal Five disappear as the Persuader appears to be, I guess, defending himself against the lightning. Are they dead? Who could say? Could even that terrible onslaught have destroyed Validus? Or could it have burst the dimensional barrier that sent them into some limbo? Whatever their fate, for some strange reason, I feel we haven't heard the last of the Fatal Five. But right now, we have something to prepare. Not even my computer brain can find a way to gather the scattered particles that were Pharaoh Lad from millions of miles of space, Invisible Kid. I know Brainiac 5, but we still have a memorial to him. That special missile which will stand through eternity on the cemetery satellite Shangri-La, which had been mentioned in a previous story when Triplicate Girl died. The resting place of the heroes from all over the universe when one of herself died. Pharaoh's Lad's sacrifice will be remembered forever. So this is one of the most enjoyable Legion stories I've read in quite some time. I don't think the death of Pharaoh Lad was handled incredibly well. I think it happened very abruptly. We knew almost nothing about Pharaoh Lad, including why he wore that mask that hid his face. The Legion of Superheroes never seemed to have any concern over revealing their identities. So it's interesting that Pharaoh Lad would hide his identity even though we never learned at all, even a hint of why. So I think it could have been handled a lot better, but then again, I don't think any of the Legion deaths have ever been handled amazingly well.